Sat Nam, Sat Nam, all you beautiful, sensitive, amazing, evolving beings, myself included. Mandeep here, coming to you today. It is fall season. We officially went into fall this past weekend. Saturday morning, super early. It actually, on our time, which is Pacific Coast time, we transitioned into fall season, the equinox, right around the midnight hour of Friday, and then transitioned into it fully by the mid-morning of Saturday. So yeah, we're in fall season, and it's interesting how it's almost like the flip of a switch, and the weather changes. You feel the difference in the air, you feel the difference in the frequency, and so I'm here today to teach about how to create an adaptive practice to the season of fall. And I'm going to give you a little bit more insight about a few other things that I feel are important to share with you in regards to just a little bit more awareness and info regarding fall season and you and your health, mental and physical. So fall is the season of transition. It's summer was very much outward energy. Fall is inward energy. So that's a big shift mentally and energetically just on its own. But you know, we're really preparing for that very beautiful time of winter, which is when we hunker down and we're becoming very introspective to move into that winter quiet, very reflective. The subtle realms of a spiritual practice to adapt accordingly and be in this beautiful balance and rhythm with nature's and the cosmos natural cycles that are always presenting themselves. So yeah, I just want you to first of all be aware that this is what's happening. And I am encouraging you to shift your diet now to start to include more warm, moist foods. That being said, you know, plenty of warm liquid drinks are really important. Golden milk. Golden milk is an incredible drink that is a very ancient drink. It's an Indian grandma drink. And the main ingredient of it is turmeric. I have this, I meant to have the little jar, but there's a company called Mount Meru. I'm going to give a plug here. Mount Meru, which is this incredible turmeric company that has a blend of golden milk. It's all prepped, all ready to go, so you don't have to have all these different spices. But mainly what it is turmeric, which is a very high element of curcumin, which is anti-inflammatory, and it's excellent for brain function. It's great for the bones as well. Saffron, black pepper, ginger, cardamom, and cinnamon. It's really warming spices. They're basically super herbs. You put them in a cup, 1 teaspoon of this compilation. It's a little bitty jar that I have, and I'm just eking it out because it is so yummy and so good. Great to drink this drink at night before getting ready for bed, but you put it in a milk of your choice. It can be any plant-based milk or cow milk. I like mine, I kind of go back and forth. Sometimes I'll have it in oat milk. Sometimes I'll have it in my cow milk. Traditionally, it's always presented in cow milk, but whatever, you just put it into a glass, a cup of warm milk of your choice, and oh my gosh, it's so delicious and it's very relaxing. So fall is also a very revved up time for the mind because the energy focus of the season is Vata. It's the primary dosha, which is the quality of how we exist in this world as humans, is Vata. Vata is air. So a lot of maybe feeling ungrounded or really busy mind activity, even more so. So that is a great way. Have a cup of golden milk before you go to bed. Yum, and really, really relaxing. We also have more of a focus now in the Chinese medicine tradition of the lungs and the colon. These are very important organs for bringing in energy and letting go of energy. So if you do some breathing exercises, and again, this warm, moist diet, increase of diet will help to assimilate and move things through. Adding maybe some warm ghee to your diet, which is a clarified butter. All of these things really serve during these cool and drying times. Man, it's like the minute that the fall season was approaching, my skin got drier, my lips were chapping a little bit. As I'm aging, I have a little bit of patchiness that is occurring on various parts of my skin and my body. So I definitely have noticed that if I increase my ghee intake and this warm, moist liquids and foods into my diet, my skin immediately improved. I do more oil massage too in the fall season, Abhyanga, which is warm, sweet almond oil, or another type of a body oil of your choice. Make sure it's cold pressed, please, and organic. Dry brush first, starting at the feet, moving upward in towards the heart. Round circular motions with a natural bristle brush around the joints. And then you follow that with a warmed oil massage. And you can make this a pleasurable experience, a very sensual experience. But it's a good time to explore your body and just make sure everything is healthy, and just, check yourself out this way. All right, so I'm going to offer you a couple of things, 3 things actually, that you can do as a fall practice. And I think it's important to, change up your practice, your yoga practice is primarily what I'm referring to, as the seasons change. So I'm going from a really vibrant breath of fire practice and doing a lot of Sarabandhana Kriya, which is keeping my immune system really strong. I'll probably keep doing that, but I'm going to be adding a yogic march to my practice, and I'm going to demonstrate that for you and show you how to do it. And also, I want to make you aware that your auric field is a really important part of your immune system. Your auric field is a circumvent field that surrounds each of us. And if it's healthy, it's at least 3 feet in diameter. And it's not just around you this way in the 4 directions, but it's also above and below. And so the heel point contains the meridian point of the auric field, and it's also part of the subtle body. But regardless, whenever you're standing barefoot and when we do this yogic march, you're really driving the auric field energetically down into the earth, and the earth rebounds up, and oh my gosh, it's such a stimulation of the auric field and a strengthening of the auric field. So we're going to do it with a mudra, and I'll show you how to do it in just a minute. But basically what it does is, let me tell you what it does. It clears your lungs, strengthens the heart. It aids your balance. It increases vitality and circulation. It integrates the brain's hemispheres. It opens your navel point, and it overcomes fatigue and depression in like 3 to 11 minutes. So I encourage you, if you have to sit at a desk a lot, make breaks. Literally set a timer, put a Post-it, whatever it takes for you to get up and do this yogic march. Put on a fun, groovy rhythm track music, or just do it to your breath. That's fine. I'm going to put on some uplifting music to do it to here. And just take a break for 3 minutes, and you are going to be astonished how much more productive you're going to be. And you won't get sick because your immune system will definitely be boosted. And that particular yogic march also works on your lungs big time, because we're going to be breathing very powerfully. The second thing I'm going to show you is a seated spinal flex. And when we sit, we're connecting the energy point of the root chakra. And so this is a direct connection energetically to the physical function of the colon, the large intestine, the small intestine, the whole colon system, where things are assimilated, and eliminated. So it is the aponic region of the body, the downward flow of energy. So, and literal body waste. So when we do this spinal flex, again, it's amazing what it does for the colon in particular, and your aponic, your downward flow of releasing and letting go. Really important to do that. But spinal flex also, again, works on the brain. It alters the this was a study that was done. It alters the proportions and strengths of the alpha, theta, and delta brain waves and creates a state of calmness. It's incredible, and it's a very simple exercise. Both of these are. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and then finally I'm going to give you a meditation that literally tranquilizes the mind in 3 minutes, and it's got this really cool mudra, which is an energetic physical position with the hands, which creates an incredible energetic response in the brain. When we're in development in the womb, our hands are literally developing at the same time as the brain. We're in this fetal position, and our hands are connected into this area of the body as it's developing. And then as we slowly begin to evolve and grow and develop, literally, our hands come away, but all the frequencies and the connectivities, neural patterns of the brain are in the hands and the fingers. So we're going to do this really cool mudra, which is going to create a calm, immediate calm state of the mind. And we do that for 3 minutes. So yogic march, spinal flex, and meditation to tranquilize and calm the mind. Those 3 sequences are great to do for a fall practice. And it would be within 15 minutes or less. Yeah, it's about 15 minutes. I mean, come on, you got time to do that. And if you do it for a consistent amount of time, at the same time, or at least take, if you're doing breaks and you're doing it consistently throughout your day, you will definitely notice an improvement within 5 days of doing it consistently. You're probably going to notice a difference right away because it is an immediate self-exalted experience that Kundalini Yoga offers you in your self-initiation process and experience. But if you consistently keep it up, let's say you do this throughout your whole fall season, you just stick with this practice and you try to do it every day. Don't beat yourself up if you miss a day. Who gives a shit if you miss a day? You do. So don't do that, right? Just stay with it. Do your best. Keep up and you will be kept up. And if you miss a day, come back to it the next day. No big deal. All right, so let me show you this yogic march, and I'm going to put on a really fun track by Yogi Cameron. Let's see, it's called Sat Nam. It's a real good one. Yeah. So we're going to do the Gyan Mudra. Stand up. Feel your feet on the ground. Connect your heel point. Now, Gyan Mudra, you're going to connect your Jupiter to the thumb. Yeah? And then we'll be doing this. Inhale, exhale. You're going to take a nice rhythmic breath, powerful breath, clean the lungs, strengthen the auric field, work with the colon as well. All right, let's go. Make sure to keep the mudra engaged. If you notice, if you want to do a little test, this is really interesting. This is fairly easy. I mean, yes, I'm getting a little tired, but if I open my fingers, oh my gosh, the energy totally lets go. It's all I can do to lift up my knees. So here we go. Inhale, stretch up. And then open the fingers and float the arms down. Stand quietly for just a moment. Turn the palms forward. If you're comfortable, close the eyes. Just tune into your auric field. Tune in to the circulation, the beating of your heart. Good. Now inhale and exhale. We'll have a seat. So this is interesting because the minute I started doing this, my big dog comes flying in the room. She was very much attracted to the energy that I was creating. This stuff really is powerful. Okay, so now spinal flex. So what you want to do now is hold on to the shins. And we're going to be doing this spinal flexing. So you're going to wrap your fingers around the shin bone, and you'll take your thumbs and press them into the calf muscle, and they're going to press in a spot that might feel a little bit sensitive to you, and that's the point that you want. It's an acupressure point for the kidneys. So we're going to wrap the fingers around the shins, as I said, press the thumbs into the calves. I have 4 dogs, and we always try to do these YouTube lives without the dogs getting in the way. And of course, they always like to come in and see what we're up to. But we're going to keep the elbows fairly straight, and you're going to flex your spine forward, keeping your chin fairly neutral to the floor. And then exhale, flexing back. Inhale, lifting the chest, really broadening across the lung area. And again, try to keep the chin fairly level. And exhale. Now close the eyes and focus them to the third eye point here. And breathe as you're rocking and opening, expanding the chest forward and expanding the chest back. Keep a firm grip on the shins and rock back and forth, stimulating the root chakra. Eyes to the third eye. Vibrate Sat. Vibrate Nam, affirming truth is my identity. Increasing the alpha, theta, and delta waves of the brain, ensuing calmness, clarity, greater ability to stay focused. Now inhale to center. Maintain a firm hold on the shins. Stretch the spine long. Feel stabilized through the base, lifted through the crown. Press the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Exhale. Now just let your hands release and rest. Palms up on the knees and integrate. Just breathe here at your own natural pace. Just observe that the lungs have been really opened and cleared. We breathe in this yogic way so that we take out any stale air from the lower lobes of the lungs and really refresh all the tissue and the cells of the lungs with vibrant oxygen and renewal. All right, good. Now finally, this third practice is this meditation to tranquilize the mind. All right, so you're going to touch the tips of the middle fingers together. Then you're going to curl your index fingers down so that the knuckles, middle knuckle meet and the fingers are pointing downward. Now we'll curl your ring and your pinky finger down, Sun and Mercury, but they're not touching. Just the knuckles of the index fingers are touching and the tips of the Saturn fingers extended up are touching. Now, touch the thumb tips together and turn the hands so that you're going to rotate the hands down so that the middle fingers are pointing towards the earth, the thumbs are pointing up towards the body, but the index fingers are pointing upward away from the body. All right? Now, you're going to close your eyes and take a real deep breath in and vibrate the mantra Sat Nam 11 times on the inhaled breath. And then you're going to exhale all the breath out and vibrate the mantra Sat Nam again with the breath held out. So I will take a breath in and then out loud I'll say the pace of the 11 times. And then I'll do it again with the breath held out loud with the pace of the 11 Satnams, just so you have a sense of what the rhythm is. So continue to hold the mudra. The elbows are outstretched to the side, but it's actually a very relaxing mudra. Now, take a breath in. Hold. Satnam, 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 Satnam. Now breathe all the breath out. Repeat. Satnam, 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 Satnam. Inhale. And 11 times repeat. And exhale. And repeat with the breath held out 11 times. And keep going. And then inhale and exhale, release the mudra. Rest your hands, palms up on the knees. Just sit quietly for a moment, integrating. And then when you're ready, bring your hands in prayer mudra and one long Satnam. Satnam. So before you begin your practice, you just want to tune in. You can give yourself a few moments of just sitting quietly, creating a present moment awareness. In the Kundalini tradition, we do a tuning in of the Adi mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo, Om Namo Gurudev Namo, Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And then we begin our practice. So either way, I do encourage you to try these three methods, these three practices. These are 2 Kriya practices and a meditation practice with some very powerful breath work that is part of these Kriyas. And the meditation has this powerful mudra practice that is part of it. And just see, what happens, because it really does create an experience for each of you. And every day that you do it, you may have a totally different experience. So, as always, I welcome your comments in the comment section. I'm Mandeep of the Kundalini Sanctuary, so, give me a shout out. I'd love to hear from you. I think you can just refer to this video to maintain your practice. But if you are in the local Las Vegas area, I'd love to see you and meet you. And I hope that you have a beautiful fall season. We have a big supermoon coming up this Friday in Aries with the sun in Libra. So there's a lot of heightened emotions. This is the last of the supermoons of this year. So try this practice on now, because it's very, very helpful for you to be doing something on the daily to keep yourself steady and consistent and have a commitment practice and just really work with the energy that's definitely ensuing and shifting right now. It's a big transition time. I do want to give one more shout out to the fact that I'm going to be going to Zion Canyon in October 26th through the 30th for my 4th Ignite Your Light retreat. And you can join me then. It's just going to be fantastic at the Namaste Retreat Village. And doing it in the fall season is going to be very unique. We're going to be doing a lot of rebirthing practices and some conscious dying experiences. So it's really a powerful time of reflection and an inward, deep shadow work journey to come into the light. Because it's when we move into these darker recesses of the mind is where we find these hidden jewels and gems that are there of healing and transformation. Have a beautiful fall, and Satnam, go in beauty. Peace be with you. Until we meet again in the light of our hearts.